Work is in full swing within the Misr Spinning and Weaving Company in Mahalla, specifically within the Ghazl 1 factory, which is the largest of its kind in the world, in order to complete its establishment and inauguration by the end of this year. The Minister of Business Sector, Engineer Mohamed Azzam, visited the factory and was keen to inspect the construction work in the largest factory in the world in the spinning industry, and to follow up the implementation rates, stressing the need to complete the work by the end of the current year, according to the specified time plan. The factory, which is considered the largest in the world, is part of a plan announced by President Sisi 4 years ago that includes developing spinning and weaving companies and working to restore this important industry. The factory area is 62,500 square meters, and the cost of establishing it is £780 million, excluding machinery. The factory machinery are imported from Switzerland, Italy and Germany and are compatible with the global technological development in the textile industry, and production is in accordance with the international specifications. The workers are being trained on the same types of modern machines that will be installed in the factory. It is worth mentioning that the production capacity of the factory is 30 tons per day of fine and thick yarns. The factory's products use all types of cotton, especially long staple, which is the type that characterizes the Egyptian cotton. The factory aims to compete internationally in the spinning industry to benefit from Egypt's international advantages in the type of cotton and to restore Egyptian leadership in the production of spinning and weaving.
Welcome back, and yes, we are awaiting, and we are in such a hurry for this huge project that is supposed to bring back Egypt to this industry that Egypt was very much famous of. Let me get back to you here, Engineer Azzam, and how do you view such an announcement?
It's very promising. Textile industry is a $500 billion industry, and this is a huge industry that could create tens and even hundreds of thousands of new jobs here in Egypt. And we know, we have the know-how, we have the expertise for years, for decades in this sector. And we need to be also updated with the latest development in the sector. One of the latest developments in the sector is having a transition for or transformation towards green textile industry that is not consuming chemicals that hurting the environment, or using new fibers that coming from nature instead of consuming fibers that are polluting the environment. So this is very important also. For this very important sector and this very critical sector, we need to be up to date all the time. We need to be abreast of what's happening in the technological domain related to the textile industry.
But here the government has already announced that it has already renovated this huge mill to be able to cope with the world competition, and at the same time grasp all the updates of this industry. So how is that an opportunity for Egypt to come back to such an important industry Egypt was famous for?
This could be what's called a flagship industry, that remarkable indices that could give the right mental image about the industrial capabilities of the new Egypt, as well as could lead to attracting more investment in this specific industry or its feeding industry. And actually the textile industry is a great example of including small and medium enterprises within a cluster of the spinning industry. So there will be a room for everyone. There will be a room for large companies that having large investment in manufacturing. There will be a room for feeding industries carried out by small and medium enterprises. There will be a room for the retail industry to have such products and within the supply chain. There will be a room for innovative online marketing for such new products that we are producing here in Egypt. So this is a great example of how to build a real competitive cluster based on your local competitiveness edge. Textile industry, of course, would be an example of how to build a competitive ecosystem for one of the most important industrial sectors in the world, and from there you can copy this model into different economic sectors as well.
I have only one minute left for me here, and in that minute I would really want you to what do we need? What do we need at this upcoming stage in order to be able to really support this sector that would really give to our economy?
You need talents all the time. You need to invest in talents. You need to invest in building what's called productive infrastructure, like factories, R&D or research and development institutions that's supporting the industry and totally linked with the challenges or solving the challenges that are facing the industry. You need to have a framework that attracts more investment, and you need to have a role for small and medium enterprises because they are the main driver for economic growth here in Egypt, all over the world. They are like 80% of the business are coming from small and medium enterprises.
A main driver to the economic field, indeed.
And of course they are could also, this kind of small and medium enterprises are the main employer all over the world. They are like 50% of employment coming from small and medium enterprises. So having this connected ecosystem, have this connected ecosystem within a productive cluster, I think this would be a great example, as I said, to be copied, to be replicated within different industrial sectors.
Very much indeed, and this is what we are awaiting for. I guess that this is an extraordinary steps taken by the state in this regard. But I guess our time is out, and I have to end it here. So, Engineer Mohamed Azzam, Technology and Development Expert, thank you so much for being with us and for your input.
Thank you. Always a pleasure and honor.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
And dear viewers, many thanks for watching. Tomorrow will be another important debate with another colleague. Good night.